Uh-oh, did I go away? Oh, there I am. Fantastic. Let's see where we are. I am. There I am. Okay. Make sure I got some volume. All right. I feel like I'm missing something. Let me go back and look before I get started. Yeah. There I am. All right. All right. So Facebook, YouTube, doing all my checks before I get started because I am a disaster and you know I'm a disaster. Am I streaming here? There I am. All right, fantastic. All right. Hey there, it's Wednesday. We already planned this out that he wasn't supposed to be. Stop it. It's Wednesday, December 29th at 9 o'clock. It's Joycelyn Wells with Joy Exposed. Hey, everybody. Go make sure you can hear me because I've got my AirPods in. Go make sure and give me a sound check. Hey, everybody. It's Joycelyn Wells with Joy Exposed. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I I had not planned to do a Joy Exposed tonight, but then I decided I got some news and I wanted to come on and talk about the news that I received. And I wanted to come talk about it just because those of you who listen to Joy Exposed and follow the podcast and my writings, you guys know I am definitely a cigar aficionado and I have my favorite cigar places. So I want to talk about that tonight. Anyway, so hey there, it's the last Joy Exposed of the year. And let's dive right in. 3 Cheers of Joy. 3 Cheers of Joy brought to you by Queen's Ransom, of course. You know, I love the Queen's Ransom, right? And tonight I'm drinking Temacion's hard tea. So this is like the like a Long Island iced tea. It's called Temacion's hard tea. And I'm having that tonight for my 3 Cheers of Joy. And the funny thing is, I was supposed to try the 3 Cheers of Joy with some eggnog or coquito. The problem is, I drank all the coquito before I remembered to try it with Temacion's hard tea. So I had them separately. Can you hear me okay on the live? Oh, you cannot? Oh, you haven't tried yet? Okay. All right. So, and look at this. I'm drinking out of my Steffi. This is my favorite, one of my favorite Steffies. It's cigar labels. And I'm going to have my Temacion's out of my Steffi. I have a guest coming in tonight. Well, I had a guest coming in. Where did he go? He'll come back in. All right. So I have my Steffi. It's covered in cigar labels. If you're interested in getting one, stmspecialties.com. She's a sponsor of Social Media Post of the Week. So here we go. Let's get ready for the 3 Cheers of Joy. Pouring it right up. My Temacion's. And remember, if you go to Queen's Ransom LLC and you place an order, if you use for coupon code QueenJoy, you save 10%. That goes the same for stmspecialties.com. I'm not sure if it's Queen Joy or Joy Exposed. Maybe she'll drop it in the chat and we can see it, but I'm not really sure. I can't remember what it is for stmspecialties.com. So let's go. All right. So let's talk about my 3 Cheers of Joy tonight. So 3 Cheers of Joy, 3 moments of self-celebration that has nothing to do with anybody but you. And I'm going to start with this. I have freaking made it to the end of 2021. I'm celebrating that to the end of 2021. Cheers. And I say that not to be negative. I say it because, damn it, this has been a tough year. Like 2020 was crazy because, you know, the COVID, of course. But then 2021, I just could not get my footing. And of course, I'm sure I did a lot of different things, but I'm sure I did a lot of different things, but I just feel like I haven't accomplished a lot of stuff. So as we're going to go on, I'll be putting guests in because we should be having some guests tonight so that we can talk about this news that I want to share. So let's see, we got V entering now. Mark was in, I don't know where he went, but as soon as he popped back in, I'll get him in. Anyway, so I'm going to finish my 3 cheers of joy. The first one is that I fucking made it through 2021. Like, it kicked my butt. And I feel like I didn't get a lot of stuff done, but I know that I did. So let me mute him. Okay. So I feel like I got a lot of stuff. I didn't get a lot of stuff done, but I'm sure that I did. I just don't feel like I was really accomplished like the way that I wanted to be. So cheers to making it to the end of 2021. Let's see. Okay. My second cheer of joy is that I'm safe, right? I'm safe. Even though 2021 was crazy, I'm safe. Like, I'm literally going bare bones on my cheers of joy. That lets you know how I've been feeling so freaking crazy. Like, I'm literally bare bones because damn it, like those things are important to me. I made it through 2021 and I'm safe. And you think about that. Safety is a basic need. I'm safe. So cheers to my second cheer of joy. My third cheer of joy is that over the years, I've met some pretty amazing people. And cheers to that, amazing people. Cheers to not letting myself get caught up in the quality of people. You know how you meet somebody and you say, I don't like them because it is, or I don't because it is. I'm happy I was able to remove that years ago. And now that when I meet people, I can genuinely just receive them in a good, honest space of existence, right? So cheers to just meeting people where they are and receiving them. And those are my 3 cheers of joy. Like I told you, I don't have anything. 2021 didn't leave me feeling extraordinary in any manner. It doesn't mean I'm not. It doesn't mean I'm not worthy or any of that. It just means, damn it, I don't feel it. Like, I'm tired. I've slept a lot. I've been chilling my butt off. I've really just been kind of sitting into this space. So we have a guest coming in now. So let me admit. And those were my 3 cheers of joy, brought to you by Queen's Ransom LLC. If you go online to buy them, don't forget to use coupon code QueenJoy to save your 10%. And there are other flavors. There's Charday's Rosé, there's a Tamacion's Hard Tea, and there's a Forbidden Fruit. Those are the 3 that I've tried. And I think out of my favorite, I'd probably have to go with the Tamacion's Hard Tea. So I'm really digging that. And I probably drink that probably more than any of the other ones. So yes, I'm smoking tonight. Somebody asked me on Facebook if I'm smoking tonight. I am. Thank you for jumping the gun on that. Let me put the link in the chat if you guys want to jump in once you figure out what we're talking about. Hey, Mark. Once
Hello.
you put talking about, you guys can join in the chat if you want. All right, so Mark, we just finished up our 3 cheers of joy, 3 moments of self-celebration that only involve you, nobody else. Do you have any 3 cheers of joy that you'd like to put out there? 3 things you're celebrating about, Mark?
New beginnings, family, health, and friends.
Hey, that's literally what I said. Well, not literally, but I'm in there. New beginning, health, and family, and friends. That's what I said. I was happy 2021 was wrapping the hell up because it's making me crazy. I was happy that I was safe out of all of that. And then lastly is that I was happy and cheerful. I guess I'm saluting the fact that I've met so many amazing people. So we're in there together. So if you guys, I'm sure you guys don't know, and V's on too. He'll pop in at some point, but he's on. So Mark is one of the proprietors of my favorite cigar bar, like literally my only cigar bar in Tampa that I talk about when I go visit, Maduro Marauders. And so Mark made an announcement a couple of days ago, and then I asked him if he would please join me tonight just to talk more about it, and just because he's always so good, just such a good person. Before Mark gets started, if you guys are watching this stream on YouTube or Facebook, wherever, share it to your social media. You can share it to your groups. Let me see if I can share it to the Maduro group, just in case somebody's on there tonight. Nope, it's only...
I posted it in the fans page.
Oh, you did? Okay, fantastic. Yes. Okay, good. All right. So anyway, so Mark, welcome. And
Thank
why don't
you
tell us a little bit about yourself and tell our guest what your announcement was this week.
Okay. My name is Mark Chevalier. I currently reside in Tampa, Florida. Born in Brooklyn, New York. Tampa has been home since approximately 2006. And what I announced earlier this week was that after a nice 5 years plus 5-year run, Maduro Marauders Cigar Lounge will be closing its doors on January 1st.
Yeah, that hit me pretty hard, Mark. It took me a little bit of time to even process it, and I'm still processing. And I think the first thing I did was to tell V, and I wish he was on here. He hasn't logged on yet, but I was looking at him with these big tears in my eye, and he's looking at me, of course, like, what happened? What's wrong? And then I told him. And then I told him what your announcement was, and he just shook his head, because he knows how significant Maduro Marauders you guys are to me, and how important you've been in just my time of growing, so he knew exactly where the tears were coming from.
Understood. And we appreciate you as well, from the first book to the second book to little nappy naps in the lounge, and all of the wonderful conversations we have had over the years. We definitely appreciate and all the love and support from both of you.
Yes, thank you. And what's so funny is that my time has been tumultuous, and just the transition of my life. And I don't know if you knew this, but I moved to Lakeland to live with my daughter. She was having a baby and getting married. So I moved there to help her grow up. Mm-hmm. One of the first things I did when I got there, it was around my birthday, 2016, I think, was your grand opening. Mm-hmm. Yep. Correct. So that was the first thing I did in Tampa, was come to the Maduro grand opening. I took myself to dinner and I came to the grand opening.
Oh, wow. That I did not know. Yeah. That I did not know.
Yep.
Yeah, that was August of 2016. That is correct.
Yes,
that is correct.
Hey, V,
funny
what's
how
up?
The universe works.
You have to trust it.
What's happening?
What's going on, V?
You got it, bro.
We're having us a good old smoke out.
So, what else is there to do on Wednesday night?
You know what? I know. So Mark, what I know that there's a lot of growth and changes over the time of the lounge. So what was the determining factor what made you, and what made you guys decide, you know what, it's time, we're going to close the door? What was that about?
There were several factors that came into play. And it wasn't any one particular thing, I would say, that said, okay, you know what, we got to do this now. It was several different factors. Don't want to disclose any of them, but there were several different factors that came into the decision process. It's something that we actually muddled over for a good little bit. It wasn't it popped up all of a sudden, but it was something that had been being discussed for a period of time amongst the Marauders, so to speak.
Yeah. Okay. And the funny thing is, I when I imagine the conversations and I imagine the decisions, I can't see any ill feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like,
Mhm.
hey, it's time to do something else, because it's such a nurturing, positive environment always, that it's
Right.
almost like selfish for me to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sad. But then on the other side, I'm like, oh my God, I wonder what's about to happen next. You know, it's like, because that's
It is
just what it is that's what it is in the lounge. It's
it,
goodness, right?
it is definitely goodness, and it is going to be missed. However, family on the flip side of that, whenever you are an entrepreneur, proprietor of a business, you the people that make the sacrifice is your family. And so
Mhm.
over the time period, all of us have made sacrifices, for being away from the family. So I am looking forward, in January to be able to have more time to spend with, my family, being able to do a little more weekend getaways and things of that nature, which
Right.
are harder to do, when you have a business that primarily functions during the weekend, or
Mhm.
people's off hours, so to speak. And so I am looking forward to that next chapter. And so it is going to be a nice adjustment. And I say it's just in time, because my son's getting ready to graduate from high school. My daughter is flourishing in her dance program.
Right.
So it's going to be a really good time to be able to do some things that I missed in terms of weekend things with them that I haven't always been able to attend because of having to, be at the lounge and such. So while I've enjoyed my time at the lounge, I enjoyed the brotherhood that I've developed with my partners. It was at a cost, and the cost was family. And so
Right.
one of the
Right.
things that I'm looking forward to is being able to have more time with my family. My mother recently retired, so I have to help her transition as well
Mhm.
into her retirement, and helping her, get rid of some things around the house because she wants to downsize. So this is also going to free up some time for me to do some road trips over to the East Coast of Florida,
Right.
and spend some time with family.
Okay. As an entrepreneur, because I didn't realize, now I knew that I was really competitive. I found
Mhm.
that out a few years ago, but I didn't know I was an entrepreneur until maybe 5 years ago.
Okay.
I never really had that. So what are some of the lessons you've learned as an entrepreneur? Like, what kind of lessons will you take from this experience and just move forward in? Because once
In
you
the
get it, it
beginning,
doesn't go away, right? It doesn't go,
right? No,
yeah.
it doesn't go away. I would say in the beginning, to have to have clear out 1, 3, and 5 year plans.
Mm,
Uh, it would be one of the things. And then also, I would say the big thing that I've learned from this is don't set any limitations on what you can or what something can or cannot become.
mhm.
Um, Sometimes people think small business and you kind of get a smaller mindset. Nah,
Mhm.
think big. Think sky's the limit. Think about taking the roof off of stuff. And then one of the things that I'm really proud of is with the Maduro Marauders is we were trendsetters. As far as different style of events,
Right.
doing live jazz and cigars, doing food pairings, wine pairings, bourbon pairings, doing different things, cigar 101s and cigar etiquette classes, and trying to bring different things that we all enjoy and put them in under one thing, while at the same time, having the fellowship, the exchange, and then providing knowledge so that people could become, better smokers, so to speak, in
Right.
terms of knowing what they like and then being able to identify cigars and not always going off of somebody's recommendation, so to speak, but knowing and developing your own palate so that
Mhm.
when you go someplace else, you can be like, nah, I tried that already.
Yep.
I know what my palate likes. I need to look for something that's here, here, and here.
Right. And I think I mean, that's wonderful. Like, that's just having an idea of what you see in the next so many years, right? The one,
Mhm.
3, 5 year plan. And also not minimizing what it is you're doing, because I find myself saying that, oh, I own a small publishing house. Now, is it small? That's just on me because it's not like Bantam Books, but is
Right.
it really small? Like what's small? And it's only small to me. It doesn't, owning it already says a big deal, but to
Mhm.
minimize it, I have
Yeah.
to talk myself out of that.
Don't call yourself small. Don't be afraid to push the envelope.
Yeah.
Try new things. Um, don't always have to follow in the footsteps. You can learn from others that have gone down the path, but you don't have to necessarily go down the exact same footsteps
Right.
that others in your industry have done. You can be a little bit different. You can
Right.
think outside of the box.
Right. Yeah, and that is that's important, what you offer. And talking about being outside of the box, one of the things that stands out to me about Maduro Marauders, the lounge, is that the level of service is second to none. Like the level of service and comfort that I received as a patron, I cannot say that I've received that personal level anywhere. Like it doesn't, I can go and be me wherever, but to have that level of service was, that's something that's very important. And you guys seemed like you paid great attention to that.
Yes, we did, because just we all learned from our own experiences, and so part of the ambiance or the atmosphere that we set there was to make sure that we were different than other places in terms of that level of customer service, learning people's names, trying to remember what cigars they like or what cigars they didn't like, based on our different observations. And so it was really, really important to each of us that every person that comes there has a memorable experience, whether it was a busy night where there were 30 or 40 people there, or whether it was a night where it was just one or two people there, that everybody still had a good time when they came by.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? I remember being there and having a couple cigars and a couple drinks or whatever, and then just hugging everybody and leaving, and then getting home and calling back saying, "Oh my God, I didn't pay my tax." Like, let me give you my credit card over the phone. Like, I'm so sorry, because there was no pressure, to, because the mood was stay as long as you want to stay, and that's a sacrifice to the family.
Yep. Yeah. That's part of the Maduro Marauder experience. Often imitated, never quite duplicated.
I think V wanted to add something to that.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, the hospitality that you guys offer the old Atlanta boy down there in hostile territory was great, man. I mean, I think the first time I came to the bar, I think I met Big Joe the first time.
Okay.
And then I met Kevin the second time, and then I met, the rest of you guys like the third time.
Right.
And it's like, these dudes are really doing it. You know what I'm saying? And just the hospitality that you guys offered, like I said, especially from an A-Town dude that was, and I can be boisterous and and
you're supportive of your home team.
I'm supportive of my home teams, and I tend to talk a lot of shit. but you guys really, and the thing is, I've traveled all over the United States and multiple international countries, and I've always said that if I ever had to leave Atlanta, there would only be two places that I would ever leave Atlanta for, and that would be San Diego, California, and Tampa, St. Pete.
Okay.
And after meeting you guys and just having, just everybody in the cigar bar that were, multiple patrons, Lysandra, Bonita,
Tasty, Janella, Keela,
Frank, Lindsay, all of you guys, like, you guys had me looking for real estate in Tampa.
Almost had you. Almost had you.
Nah, it's still a thought. It's still a thought.
Well, that's good.
But
Tampa is for cigar smokers. Well, first off, thank you for that. I don't want to minimize what you just said, because for someone who has traveled as you have traveled, for you to come back and say that really means a lot to me. And I know it means a lot to the fellas to know that we've left that kind of impression on someone who has not just been to just Atlanta and then just Tampa.
Right.
You have a pretty big sample size, so to speak. And so for you to come back and say that, really, honestly, that lets me know, we were doing it the right way and making a memorable experience.
Yeah.
And then you said a really key thing. You said you Joe the first time had a good time. Then you met Kevin, had a good time. Then you met the rest of us, had a good time. So while you were meeting different individuals, the vibe or the atmosphere, the experience, the Marauder experience was pleasurable each time. And that really says a lot, means a lot to me as well. So I appreciate that.
Yep, it was exceptionally consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't thank you guys enough for making me feel at home.
You welcome. Even though you an AT alien.
Yeah, I know I'm leaving. Varisa, I know Varisa is probably on here listening. I mean, if I don't name you, blame it on my brain, not my heart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But everybody that I've ever met coming in and out of Maduro Marauders, golf tournaments, just just coming down. And I know every Saturday or every Sunday that I could always come in there and I would meet everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody came, like they came through on Sunday just to see the Buccaneers play whoever. but it was always good though. It was always good. Always good. And I appreciate you guys for that hospitality.
Oh, you are more than welcome. You are more than welcome. Appreciate you always coming through every time you were in the Tampa area. But truly, the words that you spoke earlier were really heartfelt, and I feel them and I appreciate them as well, because it is a hard thing to do, to provide that, to get that level of service consistently every time you go someplace. So that, again, that says a lot about not just myself, but all of the Maduro Marauders that you've come in contact with, to be able to provide that level of hospitality and exceptional customer service.
Like I said, it was exceptionally consistent every single time.
Good.
And I appreciate that.
You are more than welcome, even if you are an ET alien.
Hey,
still got love for you.
Much love, my bro. Much love.
Hey, Mark, do we still have time to place an order for some cigars before? You guys still have some cigars you can ship them to us?
Yes, I can. I will be in the lounge tomorrow. And what I will do is I will take a picture of everything that's in there, and then you can just hit me back up and let me know what you guys want.
Okay, that's fantastic. Thank you.
You are more than welcome.
So I have to say this, because people always think that I'm being flippant when I say this, or that I'm not being sincere. But I know that I am a very strong woman. I'm a lot. Right? Like, I know that I'm a lot of woman, but I know that I'm only as great a woman as I am for the masculine energy that's around me. And so when I was living in Tampa, I was in a long distance relationship. So my guy wasn't with me all the time to provide that balance. And one of the things, as I'm speaking for myself, I can't speak for everybody else, but one of the things for myself as a woman is when I came to the lounge, I knew that I could get a balance of masculine energy in a safe space. It wasn't hounding or trying to date or trying to talk or it wasn't that.
Right.
I'm going to come in here and I'm going to soak up all of this masculine energy. And when I walk out of here, I'm going to be the woman that I am. I'm without any doubt, without any questioning of anything. And that was important to me. That was significant to me in my time of being there, because I do need a constant masculine force. And now that my guy and I are together, he would probably attest to the fact that she does need a constant balance, because I'm so when I could, like, all the time. And so when I could come to the lounge, and sometimes I get there and it would just be you, I'd be there, and then other people would come. Kevin would be there, I'd be there. Sometimes I would come so early because I was in such desperate need of that masculine energy, of that just feeling safe, like that. And it's hard to articulate because, you know, women, we have so many ideas about what it means to be a woman. But for me, I recognize, like, shit, I'm crazy today. I need some masculine energy. I'm bananas. I'm gonna go sit in the lounge. Like, I know that. Like, I recognize that. I don't try to deny it, because I recognize what it brings to me. And you guys provided that for me, like, the whole time that I was there. So when my guy came to town and I brought him in and introduced him, these are my guys, which he already knew, of course, about the lounge. These are my guys. And he came in and just, there was so much goodness. And every single time he came, there was so much goodness. There wasn't any, what you bringing is such and such here. You know, wasn't any of that. It was like, that's Joy, that's her dude. That's her. Then it was like, oh, that's him, and she might come, you know, because he became a part of the family too. But I needed, as a woman, I needed that stability. For the 5 years that you guys were there, I needed it every single year. And so it wasn't just to come in and smoke a cigar and have a drink. It was, I needed it for my own emotional and mental health. Like, it was greater than that for me. I needed it. And I'll be forever grateful.
You are
Look, I'm tearing up thinking about it.
you are forever welcome. That was, one of our motto at the lounge was, relax and blow smoke. And so the atmosphere and everything that we did was to make people come in, and whatever's on your mind. We've had all kind of conversations at the lounge.
Oh my God.
Been, a witness to them. We've covered all sorts of things. But it was always, like you said, real important that you said that, it was a safe environment where people could come express themselves and not have to be worried about anything. Everybody had a voice, everyone had an opinion, and we had enough mutual respect for each other to allow that opinion to be expressed. And then adult conversation about whatever was brought up. And that is something that, was another kind of thing I think that made our spot real special, is that it was safe, and it was a place where you could come in and talk about whatever was on your mind that particular day and roll with it, and listen to all kind of good music, catch a game if there was one on. But I can remember several times when you came by, we wouldn't even have the TV on. We would just be conversating, no TV, no music, straight conversation. And so sometimes that's nice, but that space allowed people to feel comfortable enough to do that. And then the atmosphere that we all set up, made it so that everybody, whether it was myself, Kevin, Joe, Nas, or Lindsay, or Tony, that was there, you kind of, people felt the same way. They could come in and just, do what they do, because that was their safe place, so to speak, to relax and blow smoke.
Absolutely.
Hey, let me ask a question though. So I know y'all got a wall of fame in the bathroom of folks that like fell asleep, passed out. You know what I'm saying? And y'all post pictures in the restroom, all them folks who done just tapped out.
Right.
What y'all gonna do with their pictures?
Man, you know what? It's funny that you asked that, because literally, when was it? Sunday night or Monday night? I was there, and somebody asked me that same question, and they said, "You know what you should do, Mark?" And I was like, "What?" They said, "You should periodically post some of those pictures online, just to kind of, mess with people and bring the nostalgia back." They were like, "Just periodically take a picture of each one of them, and then periodically just post them, just put them out there on social media, and for everybody to have a good laugh and have some good memories."
That's what's up. And I'm proud to say that I ain't on that wall.
You're not on the wall. That is true. That is true. Somebody else doesn't seem to like that comment because they've been caught taking a little nappy nap once or twice, in the brown recliner, in the black recliner.
That's my favorite. The brown was my favorite. And I was complaining about why I don't have a picture on the wall of fame. And I forgot who said, you got to go to sleep. I was like, oh, well, I'm not going to get on there. And then one day we were there. I was just like, I curled up in the seat all nice, like I was going to sleep. Like I didn't fall asleep. I curled up and went to sleep. Then you sent me that picture and I was like, oh.
Got him. Another member. But again, that goes to the safe kind of relaxed environment that we had. Because most people, not everybody can go. Some people can go to sleep anywhere. But you have to have a certain comfort level around the people that you're there, the space that you're in, and the people you're around. That's going to allow you to do that. And, the wall will show you. There's been a whole lot of people we done caught, tapped out, just because they felt comfortable and they felt safe in the environment.
Yep. And you ain't got to worry about nobody putting no ketchup in your hands, no mustard. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, none of that. The worst we gonna do to you is take a picture. Worst we did was take a picture. That was it. You ain't got to worry about no extra pranks going on. No shaving cream. Ain't nobody gonna stick, the feather in your ear.
I think it's so funny because you guys provided such, gosh, you think about even just West Tampa as a whole, your presence and changing the idea of what West Tampa even means. Your presence was so significant. And I'm thinking of it like in 5 years, the amount of impact that you had, y'all did the damn thing. Cause for 5 years, like in 5 years, you literally changed what West Tampa looked like. A brewery came in there, a lot of redevelopment, the property value changed, like the crime went down, people riding scooters through West Tampa, you guys did in 5 years what people have literally been trying to do for years. And you did it in 5 years, having a presence.
And you know what, bro? I noticed that right off the bat, because I dibble and dabble in real estate in Atlanta. And when I first came down there, I saw the area, but you guys were like, we're gonna be trendsetters. We are going to bring this area back to where we have some economic development come into this area and revitalize it. And I see that, and that's going to continue. And the thing is that you guys started it. Period.
Yeah, the universe aligned it so that we were fortunate to find that location, and then, like you said, be a part of the change that occurred there, and then bringing just a different look and a different feel to what was there before. And then people started to change their whole mindset. Oh, you guys put a spot in West Tampa? Nah, come check us out. Have a good time, relax and blow smoke, see it for yourself. See it for yourself. So but it was a wonderful journey. I'm happy to hear the praises and the thoughts and wishes that everybody had for what me and my partner did. Come check us out.
Hey, Sister Queen.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
Yep, I got
Shit. What you got?
Hey.
What's wrong? You got a cold?
My sinuses are not being very friendly, so I'm not going to show my face. But yeah, I'm a little under the weather.
You might not show your face, but your profile picture banging, boo.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. I'm watching from my TV, and I'm speaking to you from my mobile device. But you asked me to chime in, and I always say it's the first Black-owned in Tampa, a trendsetter. And of course, I'm listening at. There have been times where I've had needed the male opinion as it related to my son being a single mother. And I can remember the time that I was the only one female in the lounge, and the four of them really gave me some insightful information as it related to my son. So that is one of the most memorable moments that I have, other than my fabulous birthday party being held this year.
Mhm.
But I really needed that insight. And um, Mark Lindsay, and I think Nas was there at the time, gave me an earful. I think you all were there. I was the only female there, and the advice and insight that was given to me, I was able to implement that to my son, and he is flourishing and progressing. So those are two memorable moments. We laughed, we cried, we cheered, we cruised, we traveled, we golfed. That was, I always called it the hidden gem. There's no place, absolutely no place like home. That's going to always be my home.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, and of
Salute.
course, the Cigar 101 lessons that I learned, different cuts, different tobaccos, wrappers. So I received most of my knowledge from Mark's classes. What to pair, I mean, just a lot of information. So although we'll be gone physically, but in spirit, never.
Correct. Thank you.
That's right. 1944 will always live.
For life. In the
Absolutely.
words of Janella, 1944.
Absolutely. So I'm going to get off in case somebody else wants to come on, but I'm still watching.
Hey, girl, it's good to see you. Well, it's good to hear you. Thank you for chiming in. I just, I couldn't even function like this week. I was like,
I know.
Lord, I just couldn't. I literally was like, oh my God. Like, and I was telling Marcus, the first place I came when I moved to the Tampa area. And believe it or not, it's the last place I went before I moved from the Tampa area.
That's what you call the beginning and the end of a great chapter.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And the thing about it, I almost bought a $400 flight just to come down there this week, just so I can have one more walkthrough.
I'll do a virtual walkthrough for you. I'll do a virtual walkthrough with you.
Yeah. Thank you, Sister Queen Verisa, for dialing in. LaShondra dialed in, but I think she couldn't get sound. But love you, girl, and I'll talk to you soon.
Love you too. Thank you.
Yeah, so I think, Mark, thank you so much for making time tonight. I needed this. Like, I'm an emotional processor. I need closure. Like, I'm the person in a relationship to be like, let's talk about all the good stuff we did together, and then we can say goodbye.
Right. Hey, everyone needs it. Because we're all human beings. Everybody processes things differently. So, I'm happy I could make myself available this evening.
Yeah.
To provide great time, needed the laugh, needed to hear, the words that were spoken. I think Sandra's trying to chime back in.
She is. Look, I even wore my t-shirt.
Oh, you did? Okay. All right.
Oh, my boobs look big in that. I got a rack. Like, ooh, I might wear this shirt every day. I mean, I'm still the same person. Y'all know, Crass.
Yes, we know. And that's a beautiful thing, because you don't want everything to change. You need some things to be a constant.
So what do you see for yourself business-wise next? You got any? Well, don't tell, because people will steal them. Your ideas, they'll try, but what do you have some things kind of on the burner for what's next for Mark and your family? Because I know family is important. So
yes, I do. I have some business ventures in mind, but I'm going to probably take 60 to 90 days really to enjoy family, and then get ready to work on the next chapter. I'll definitely keep in contact so you guys can know what's up. Because I know that I always have some support from my ATL family. but yeah, there'll definitely be a next volume. I don't want to say chapter, but a next volume to this business stuff. But I got to thank my partners so much, because I've learned a lot from each and every one of them through all of the years. A lot of creative brothers, man. I mean, those brothers were real creative. A lot of the ideas for some of the different things that we did, it was just brainstorming. Somebody mentioned something, and then we just kind of put it together, or two or three of us put it together, but we would all support it and get it done. So it was beautiful. It was a beautiful thing to see all of us come together and be able to put forth what was started off as just an idea,
Right.
6 years ago, and be able to have it manifest and become what it became. It was truly a thing, and I just have to thank my partners, because I couldn't have done it without them.
Right.
It wasn't any one of us that did all of it. It was all of us that did it, all of it. So it was.
That's a
my
crazy.
brothers, I salute.
Yeah, that's a crazy synergy, right? Cheers to the whole team, right? Mm-hmm. It's a crazy synergy, because you talk about five brilliant Black American men that come together. Six initially. And then the support of other Black American men. I mean, and you let the world tell it. It ain't a handful of good men out there. But you guys, hey, Lysandra.
Hey, sis, how you doing? I finally got it to work. Okay.
Yes, good.
Yes, ma'am.
We were talking about our memories and sharing and all of that. So I was saying that the world would tell you that there are a very few good, quote unquote, Black men. And then you have amassed just a population, like at 1944, there's so many good men that come through there every day. Like they're all here they are. You don't know because they're all right here. They're all in this space. And
I mean, it's such a variety that you get a chance to see all spectrums of men and how they are and where their backgrounds are from. That's one thing. Being a young woman who grew up with 8 brothers, okay, that was the best thing for me. And just like you, I really felt safe. So when I found out, I was sitting around looking. I looked at Mark like, okay, so where am I supposed to go if I can't come here? And I live in Lakeland, and I drive from Lakeland to there just to be. If it's just me and Mark sitting in the lounge, that was fine. And we probably ain't say nothing for a whole hour. That's okay. But I know that I can go somewhere and be myself and relax. I know that I'm going to get something good out of that evening, regardless. It could be the funniest thing, it could be the saddest things. We shared this has been a sad year for us.
Yeah, and what you just said, like, that hit home for me, because I mean, I remember I had just got out of college, and my parents were out of town, and my sister had an accident, 1-car accident. She hydroplaned, ran into an embankment, and I mean, the vehicle was totaled, but she called me. And I worked with her to get the car towed and everything. And I went to the house, and I just sat there on the couch. She sat there on the couch. We went to sleep, took like a 2-3 hour nap, didn't say anything.
Yes. We've done that. I remember, Mark, you remember the golf tournament?
And I know that 2 to 3 hours calmed her nerves, and it calmed mine.
Absolutely.
Okay, sis, I'm out. That was the only thing. That was the only thing that transpired, but everything was good.
Right.
It was a safe space.
Right. And that was the beauty of that. I mean, and I'm real funny about who I keep in my circle. You understand what I'm saying when I say that. So for me to make that effort to drive from where I am, just to go over there, just to sit there, smoke a couple of sticks, I mean, it's great. I mean, Mark helped me on a lot of things about what I liked as far as cigars. I remember he had a cigar 101 and he was like, how many cigars do you smoke when you come? And I said, 1. He said, no, you don't. You smoke 2. You smoke medium. You do. I'm like, oh, well, you know this? You know, he knew so much because he and Kevin and all of them have taken the time to get to know each person who comes in there. He knows what they like. He knows what they can't stand. And I'm going to ask for the same thing pretty much every time I come in there. So he knows that, you know. I know Vanessa. Vanessa sits in her spot. She's in her corner. She's chilling. Okay. Everybody has a place. Miss Benita had a place to sit. She had a place. Everybody knew their spot, you know, and it really made it a second home for a lot of us. A lot of us. So I don't know what we're going to do.
You know what? I think that we'll, we have so much good memories, so many good memories. There's so much goodness that we know that we have to do something good, because it won't be fair to put the burden of our selfishness, our missing, on them to grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta be like, we gotta find something, because it's not fair for them to walk away and be like, oh my God, we need them to just still be great men. We need them to function. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they are great men. I mean, they have shown a positive image of what a Black man is, what he can be, what he shall be. I cannot say any less. And coming from the background that you know I come from, you know, I can say that without a question, you know. So, you know, just to see that and be in that surrounding was an honor for me. You know, I was totally honored to be in their presence, because I learned a lot, and I'm still learning a lot.
And I wish I knew you were in Lakeland. We could enjoy some of that good food around Lakeland together.
Well, this is probably where I'm planning on nesting. This is going to be my nesting spot.
So it looks like we have a truth seeker. I can only guess who that is. The truth seeker. Anybody know who that is? Want to guess? I'm thinking it's Lindsay.
Oh God! Oh God! That's called the ugly truth. Okay.
Butt naked, raw.
I know, right?
Hey, Liz, is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey.
You just gotta take it.
What's happening, Liz?
What's going on, V? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Loud and clear.
Hi, Lindsay.
Hey, how you going, Sandra?
I'm doing good.
Hey, Lindsay. We were sitting here just talking about all the goodness out of 1944, you know, so just talking about it, just the interactions, the honesty, the lessons, the communication, like we're just talking about all the goodness. So I'm glad you were able to dial in. I think one of the questions I asked Mark was, do you have plans for tomorrow? Don't share what they are, but do you have plans, and are you excited about them?
Well, before you go in there, just a wide range of folks that we used to talk to and enjoy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like it starts from here and it go, I mean, all the way to here. Mr. Maurice, like, kill all the motherfuckers. I mean, the wide range of individuals and conversations, but it was all a safe space for folks to express their opinions, the knowledge, the just everything.
Well, that's true. That's true. Well, one thing I want to just, because I know people have this misconception that there was something going on with us and all of that. And right now, it's just a time for, it's just growth. We're seeking different things right now. That's all it is. There's no problems between us and nothing like that. So people, I mean, I already hear little people chit-chatting, oh, this going on. They have no clue. So I just let them do what they do, let them talk. Them still my brothers. We just got going different separate ways. Who said we might not meet up again and do something else? We don't know. Right. You know what I'm saying? But that's the whole thing. People are gonna say what they want to say and not know what's going on. So,
But Lindsay, Lindsay, I'm just gonna say something about that just quickly. I think that if someone has something in that vein to speak, they really have no understanding what it takes to bring six brilliant minds together to birth a project. Right. They don't, if they can think that it's something petty or underhanded, they've never created anything on their own. They've never gone through the process of bringing something to life.
But that's true. But you know what? You know the type of people that's out there. You know what I mean? Everybody don't think on the same level. And if something don't go right, it had to be something bad. You know what I mean? Right. So that, that's just a misconception that people gonna grab anyway, regardless if they know the truth or not. So
I think that for me, having this opportunity to talk to other patrons and talk to you guys as the proprietors, that's for me is my kind of, I need that to know that everything is fine and everything is great. And me and LaShondra was just saying, as sad as we are, we can't walk away leaving the burden of making us happy on you guys when you still have to grow and seek your purpose. We can't, absolutely. You can't leave us thinking, oh man, they said, you got to leave us saying, man, they've planted some seeds for us. They've bid us an adieu. They're so happy for us. You got to leave us empowered. Like, that's our responsibility for everything that you've given us, everything that all of you have sacrificed with your family and time. And you've sacrificed so much for us to experience goodness. There's no reason why we can't.
True. And that's how I look at life, though. I look at life like that. When I have people, that pass away and, like, oh, this and that. No, let's look at what he did, what they did for us while they were here. You know what I'm saying? Don't dwell on it, the sad part about things. So that's how I approach it anyway, So.
Well, I think that you and all of you, Lindsay, have been great examples of what unity can be. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I hope that we continue to do that. It's not even just so much the lounge, the things that you've done in the community. A lot of people don't really recognize, but I know that you've done because I was with you. Exactly. And we have to be mindful of those things. You've been
that's one thing that's going to get stronger on my end too. For us that. If we have to do that. If we don't stick together as people, we ain't got shit. So one of my things is to do that on a bigger level and to give back because I've been fortunate, doing different things. So I do want to give back.
Well, we be looking for that.
Count me in.
Yeah. And Lysandra, you bring that home because for me, because I've been a part of multiple business ventures here in Atlanta with multiple Black men and Black women. Mm-hmm. And to see you guys be successful in what you did with 6 people, 6 different opinions,
personalities,
6 different personalities. That is commendable, dude. I mean, I give props to every single one of you guys because I've experienced. I've went into multiple business ventures with multiple.
Well, we ain't gonna say it was easy, but we made it work.
What I'm saying, but even just to make it work, to get off to even get a business license.
True.
Come on.
To agree on a name.
To agree how much I got to come out of pocket for this business license. That's commendable, dude. Because I've been on the other side of the fence where shit just didn't like. But like I said, you guys gave me great aspirations just by seeing how you guys moved and worked together.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was great. You're right.
That's to be commended across the board for any Black business owner.
I ain't got nothing to drink.
Female, male, whatever. And trying trying to make it work and make it be successful. And that's what you guys pulled off.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom line.
You're right on that, V.
So if we continue that spirit of unity with great men like Lindsay, Mark, and Kevin, we can expand that, because what's going on now is not going to get better out here. So what we have to do is get to a point of unity and be solid. You know, we're not going to agree on everything as a family. We're just not. Because siblings fight. That's what happens. But we have to really work on and continue being unified. And I think that Mark and Lindsay and Kevin and all of them showed us how that can work. Even if you don't agree, you leave it in peace and you go on. But you still are on that same mission and that focus.
Exactly. And we have to reinvest in our neighborhoods and our people. Period.
Lindsay. So Lindsay.
And that's what
go ahead.
I know. I'm trying to get. I know, Lindsay. About. Lindsay, we got you on here, and we're not even letting you talk.
Hold on. No, I just want to say, what you doing? You found the fountain of youth or something?
Do I look like I have? It's that look. It ain't nothing but good loving. Good loving.
There you go.
Go ahead, OB.
Look,
hey,
Lindsay.
That's what it is.
Good. Listen, I'm gonna say this, and I'm probably gonna lose some people watching and listening. Good loving and submission, baby. All I gotta do is be up in this thing and follow the
light. Hey, A-Town up, deuces down, baby.
So, Lindsay, I think that, Lindsay, you and I have had a conversation similar, and we just keep focusing on the idea of you men getting together and doing this. And differences aside, there had to be respect that you're a man. And I think that we could all culturally use a dose of respecting men, like respecting the space of the man. I think culturally we could all use some of that. What do you think about that, Linda?
Well, I mean that's a two-sided coin. You know what I'm saying? It's not just one way. You know, it's just I wouldn't even look at it. It's respecting others, whoever it is. You know what I'm saying? Right. If they bring in respect, you give respect. Simple as that. Regardless of who it is, man, female, whatever. That doesn't make a difference there.
Okay.
So, but I understand what you're saying, because so much that the Black man has been shunned, and looked down on. And that whole, not to knock a feminist, but that whole movement, it is depressing to men, you know what I'm saying? Especially Black men, and a lot of the guys, pretty much in the world feel like, they don't get enough respect or whatever. But it's on how you give it though. You have to give it to get it, regardless of what you're doing. So that's the main thing right there. So, I mean, if a lot of times people feel like Black men feel like they're not respected, somewhere there's some insecurities in yourself. Are you giving enough respect to get respect? That's the key right there.
And do you even respect yourself?
Exactly.
And I had to learn that as a woman, like, because I had an issue with trusting people. But then one day I was like, well, damn, do you even trust yourself? I still got
those issues now.
but wait,
that's that part of me.
But my thing was, do I trust myself? Do I trust myself to make a decision that's black or white, that's not gray? Do I trust myself to have integrity? Do I trust, so I had to do some serious self-reflection. And when I could trust myself making decisions and I knew what it felt like to trust, then I was better off with other people. But I struggled with that because I wanted to put the blame on other people that I didn't trust them. But hell, I didn't trust myself either. I was doing some jacked up shit too.
Well, I mean, I'm you got my trust until you lose it. You know, that's how I see it.
You're better than me because I'm thinking, I don't even like the way you just did your hand, so I can't trust you.
Well, I'm aware of how people move, though. I'm aware of how people move, so you do have to be cautious of that, you know.
Yeah, I'm with you, Lindsay. You got to be cautious of the way people move. I don't
study behavior for nothing. That's what I do. You know, and it's not even it could be only 3 words, and pretty much you can figure out something out of 3 words and a blink. There's something not right. You know, it's amazing.
Look, don't even let it be a sideways blink. I'm done.
You look, Joy, do you remember do you remember when I looked at you one night and I was like, stop.
I'm gonna mute you.
And you looked at me like, you saw that? Yeah.
What?
So this reminds me of just a advice that some female gave me years, or older female.
It's probably his paramour. He loves her.
Nah, years ago. It's like you walk through the door, a female look at you, and she can look at you and be like, "Oh, I give him some." But the first,
as soon as you start talking,
the first 10 words,
it's done.
You could either talk yourself out of it or just be quiet.
Go on.
So the best thing is
you can get a thumbs down.
Exactly.
Oh, wait. So look, that's the rule when they say a man walks in the room and he's so quiet and mysterious. What he's really doing is saying, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. He's not trying to talk himself out of nothing.
That's a grown man. That's a grown man right now.
Yeah, that's somebody with some wisdom under the belt.
I love it. That's hilarious. You guys are so funny. I love it, love it, love it. Anyway, guys, I am so happy that you are able to join us. Lindsay, don't forget, we still have Lindsay, our Growing Men, the foundation. I'm writing a grant, right? And it's a great grant, but I scared myself when I wrote the budget. The numbers, I've never seen numbers like that before. Like it was, what was it? Like almost $2 million in the budget for like 2.5 years. And I got scared because I thought, and this goes back to what Mark said, we're just a new foundation. We're too small for this, but we're not. Right, Mark? We're not.
Nope.
We're not. So I have to start working on it again. But Get it
done.
Yeah. And Lindsay's one of the first people that said he wanted to be a part of it. What'd you say?
Yeah, and I also
say be and it is.
I might need you on my team, Joycelyn. I'm looking at some grant writing too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm putting a package together on some other things that I'm working on. First, I got to get my son out of the way. I got to create his own thing. He ready to start his own tattoo stuff, so I got to work with him. Yeah, so he me and him been talking the last couple of weeks about how he want to do this. So, but it's going to fall under Dorian. So, thanks to you with the logo. So, we're gonna push that first. Probably within the next, within a month, we're gonna start looking for him a place. To do his thing like that. But I'm definitely going to start looking into some grant writing because I know it's a lot of money out there. It's a lot of money out there. So, these are the things that we don't know that, they've been getting away with a lot of this shit for years, hundreds of years, but we just don't know about it.
We're learning. Yep, that's right.
So I do need a grant writer. I need somebody to help me out on that end.
Okay.
And of course, we're gonna fatten the pockets up.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, and this is the truth. And you guys, being business owners, this. I, as a business owner, I haven't missed a meal. Now, I'm not making no ton of, I've used my day job to fund my business. Like legit, that's what I do. I use my day job to fund my business. And as much money as I'm not making, I haven't missed a meal. I haven't missed an opportunity. I haven't missed a trip. And that's one of the things that we need to know when you're walking along your path and you're being of purpose in a space, you will continue and prosper in ways that you didn't even know or imagine. Not tons of money necessarily, but tons of opportunity. And that's exactly where I found myself. Just like, wow, am I really doing this? Is this really happening? So I just, this, and I've stepped out in this unique space. I feel like nobody in my family owns their own business, but me. So now I'm in a unique space.
It's a lot of things out there. I learned a lot today because me and my son been talking about the NFT things. I didn't know you get royalties after you sell the NFT. I was like, damn, that's money on top of money.
Wait a minute. What is NFT?
Non-fungible token. That's the digital
really?
Art stuff like. Oh my goodness! I bet because he's an artist.
Wow.
So if you create an NFT and you put it out there, in the digital world.
Yeah.
You sell it for a high price, and if they sell it for more, you get royalties.
You'll get royalties.
Like,
oh yeah.
Damn. I was like, shit, we in the wrong damn business.
Yeah. I think you know what the funny thing is. I won't say funny. The interesting thing is just having conversations. V and I went to an event last summer that neither one of us. I didn't want to go. It was for me, and I didn't want to go. And then he was like, "Well, I'll go with you to make sure I went." We literally had the best conversations at when we were at Boggs. Remember, we had the best conversations all day. I interviewed people all day, like straight through interviews. And the last person I interviewed, I said to him, "Give me your card because I'm going to call you. I want you to make a donation to my foundation." And you know what he said? "Oh, I got a check in my wallet."
Wow.
Pulled out a check and wrote me a check on the spot, just like that. So we met a lady, the first Black organic farmer in the state of Georgia, right? We started talking to her because I was telling her that we had some acreage and I wanted to develop it. And we were going to start off for the first couple of years, just growing tobacco, just to sweeten the land because we'd like to transition into some organic products. Mm-hmm. And she gave us so many connects in that we left there like, do we go to work Monday or not? Like,
well, in this shift that's coming up, this economic shift that's coming up, we as Black people, we need to be in it. I'm learning so much day to day. It's ridiculous, man. But we have to get in it. We can't just sit back and the next .com shit is coming up, and we need to have our hands in this. I ain't talking about just me, you, Mark. I mean, we need to do this. I mean, a lot of us need to get into this stuff. I mean, it's coming, whether you want to accept it or not. It's here. Just looking at how things are moving in the economy, we gotta get our game up.
But there's a lot of things.
And the thing about it, in the next 10 to 15 years, the US dollar will not be the number one currency around the world.
Of course not. It's already losing.
It's already losing.
I mean, yeah, it's already. They printed up too much money in the last 2 years, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my bad. I did that here. I printed the money up in here.
Damn, give me some right now. It's still valuable, so give me some shit.
Yeah. Go ahead and get the machine cranked up.
Yeah, I mean, but you got to look at the fact the way the market is going now, even with grocery stores and things like that. We still need those basic things, and we need to have our own. It's a hell of a thing when you can walk in a Walmart now and it's halfway empty. Who would have ever thought?
Listen, I don't even want to walk in a Walmart.
I don't even like walking in Walmart. It's just a fact. It's just the fact that you going in stores now and things that you would normally basically get, you can't hardly find. Those are things that you can do, and we can have companies of our own. I remember I used to say, I don't know if you remember, Mark, I'm like, anybody ever thought about just opening up a toilet paper company? You would never go broke.
And you know what's, Lashandra, with you saying that, the funny thing is we know that there are opportunities, and this to go with Mark and Lindsay and V, we all just said this. We know that the opportunities are out there, but as a progressive thinker, as that entrepreneurial mind, we can't afford to lose ground trying to pull people to it. We got to move it. We got to go.
You have to go on and proceed.
We got to go. We can't lose momentum because somebody doesn't want to, or they can't, or they don't, we can't pull them to the finish line if they're not trying to get to the finish line, so
how they used to say, you can lead the horse to the water, but you can't make them
drink.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I mean, even with the real estate market and things that's going on in the real estate market, some of the housing, the prices of housing is ridiculous. There are other things. There is land out there. Friend of mine just bought 133 acres in Henning, Tennessee.
Wow.
For a ridiculous amount. I think it wasn't even 200,000. Now, don't ask me why, because I don't know. But that's how much. It wasn't a lot.
Now look. This is correct. Look, my daughter is coming on the Zoom because she knows how much Maduro meant to me.
No, she's not coming on.
She was, look, she's been there too.
Since our last advisory.
No, this is the other one. This ain't Joya.
This the other one?
This Jasmine,
okay.
Yeah. This Jasmine.
Jasmine.
Yeah. She ain't came on yet. This ain't Joya.
This is the much more reserved one.
She is.
Hey, she's my baby.
Listen, she is.
And she's going to be the one that shocked all of us.
What? You muted. What'd you say?
The other one, my baby.
Oh, she said Joya is the one that talked. Joya's going
to shock all of us.
Yeah. Turn your mic on. But so that's what I think I'm having to learn, is that when I meet people and they come to me with an idea and I'm like, oh, and I'm giving information and they don't really want it. They just want to talk. I'm like, you got the wrong person, because I'm shaking. I'm moving and shaking shit. I'm not sitting here to talk about it. Let's move. Let's do something. So I think we have to remember that. And I know that, Mark, you'll see it moving forward. Lindsay, we'll all see it because we want to.
Okay.
Hey, Lindsay. Hey, Lindsay. I'm having a hard time finding that 50 year, but I got that 12-year locked down.
Well, that'll work, man. I don't want to put you out your way. That'll work.
No, but I'm just saying, I got the 12-year lock. I got a spot that's got that 12-year on the regular.
Okay, go on and get that then.
All right.
What we talking about?
I'm gonna hold out. I'm gonna hold out and see
the bottle I won, Joycelyn.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold out and see if because they got it on the regular.
Yes, Jazz.
12-year. So,
we hear you.
Okay. No, I mean, yeah, when that'll work though. I mean, I ain't picky.
Okay. Okay.
You should be.
No, I mean, I ain't picky.
Look, you may do well to come here and look through his stash. You probably
so he might
come
have
out very nice.
Out then, huh?
I mean, I the usual. I got some.
I don't know what your usual is. You always bringing some exotic shit, man.
I got some. I got some Weller, all different types.
Okay. Well, maybe you gonna have to send me some shots of your cabinet then.
Okay. All right.
I just wanted to come say hey.
So
hello,
listen,
Queen.
You better say
baby.
more than hey.
Hey.
So Jasmine,
what's going on?
Jasmine came to Maduro's with me for my going away event. What happened when we left, Jasmine? When we got to Lakeland and you ran the stop sign?
No, she didn't.
Y'all, Joycelyn got me pulled over.
She got you pulled over. Did we discuss about blaming other people? Okay.
She was like, oh, I want to go see if they got oysters at this hole in the wall spot I don't like going to. So I'm like, okay, if they got a line at the door, we're going to keep going. And if they don't, we'll go inside and get your oysters. We passed by. It's a line at the door, so I keep going through the parking lot. Boom. Exit out the parking lot. Get to the light. Cross over the lights turn on. I'm like, okay, what I do? So they pulled me over there, like license registration. I'm like, okay, what I do? And they were like, he walked off.
Hold on. I had a full drink that I literally poured out in the floor.
I don't know who's watching, excuse me, but I had a blunt in the car. Like, he was like, you've been smoking in the car. I was like, what am I getting pulled over for? He was like, you ran the stop sign back there, leaving out of the little club. And I was like, okay, all right. Yeah, I was smoking in the car. Yeah, but it ain't nothing in here now. And he was like, well, we're going to search. So then I was like, okay, you might find some roaches. And he was like, oh, there's a half a blunt in the ashtray. I said, any blunt that's lit and been put out, that's a roach. So I don't know what you expected to find. It could have been a little piece of blunt or a blunt, but it's a roach now. So then they gave me a ticket, but it got
Wait a minute.
out.
Hold on a second. So then they take her to the police car and then talking to me like, talking to me. What
they were.
I'm like, I'm moving to Atlanta. And they're like, oh, you are? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, well, what do you do here? I was like, I'm a school teacher. I work at alternative school. I'm trying to keep it together because I'm lit, right? I'm been drinking, trying to keep it together. So I'm like looking at her like, I was like looking at them, looking at her like, we can walk home from here. Like, y'all do whatever you want with the car. We can walk home.
Not do whatever you want with the car. This is my brand new car. I bought a month ago. What you mean?
So wait. So then they bring her back to the car. We get in the car. They take off. She's like, where's my purse? I was like, I don't know. We looking. She was like,
they took my purse.
They took my purse. So how about we follow the police car, flashing our lights, pulling the police over, trying to get her car back, her purse back.
And guess where the purse was?
Where?
Wow.
Mom was sitting on it.
Wow.
Listen, I done went off on the cop. Like, I know you got my purse because you just passed me something out my purse. So I know you're the last person to touch my purse. I went off on him and everything, and she's sitting on it.
I was like,
that was the last hoorah.
I was like, Lord, this our life changed.
Listen, the whole time I've been in Polk County for 5 years. This is the worst county. Everybody always says, if you're doing anything, don't do it in Polk County because they're gonna catch you. I have not gotten pulled over once in Polk County. And I'm messing around with her about some oysters.
Hey, y'all got that sheriff over there in Polk County who
okay.
He come out guns blazing like
station.
You live where?
Right by the North Station, right by the mall.
Okay.
When I tell you those cops coming out there deep in the morning, and it's bad now because they know they like, Miss Parker. I'm like, hey. I'm going through the parking lot.
A police officer knocked on my door the other day talking about we're looking for a Cassandra Torres. Okay, sir, listen. At this point, you're at a place of business. I have a client inside. I'm not Cassandra Thomas, and neither is she. So have a good night. Anything else I can do for you?
Right.
You talk about I just need to make sure that your house is safe. Baby, this is the most unsafe I've ever felt right now in my house. Anything else?
But that sheriff that now he chasing roaches.
Right now I'm feeling like Brianna. I don't know what's gonna happen, and I'm not trying to feel like that. So whatever.
Something's going on because they put a letter on our door today about that there was been a big increase in crime in this area.
Yeah,
and that the cops will be coming in the parking lot. I'm like, I don't care. Please be.
I don't care about none of that. Please, come on. Don't come to my house.
Hey, what's his name? Grady? And his name Grady?
Grady,
yeah,
baby.
Grady.
Listen.
Crazy Grady chasing all the roaches.
Grady.
Listen, I love Grady. And when I lived in Lakeland, and I remember him saying, hey, if you walk up to somebody's house and you get shot, I have given them permission to shoot you. Don't be surprised walk up
He's
there.
very fair.
I was like,
his own son does not like him because
when he went off on that white girl, that white lady who embezzled that money from Kathleen Middle School, he said she had a Facebook page talking about she too cute to go to work. Guess what? He made a poster. You ain't too cute to go to jail.
Okay, like, ain't too cute to go to jail. Never in Polk. They don't care.
He got her on video sitting at the bench getting the rain. She got a $435,000.
He loves that. He likes the press.
He didn't play with it. He don't play.
We'll get a whole notification that he having a press conference at 2. The press conference is, hey, I know it's supposed to be some rioting and y'all thinking about looting, but every homeowner has permission to shoot you. I'm telling you now. So run up in there if you want to.
Act a fool if you want to.
Hey, but why you pushing? We got a sheriff this on the south side in Clayton County here in Metro Atlanta.
Yeah.
He a little short dude. He probably like 5'5", right? but this dude, he done got caught up in some shady stuff. But the thing about it, when he became sheriff, he cut that crime all the way down. Like, this dude went out and, like, as part of their budget, he went out and bought like old military tanks and all this military gear, stuff like that, and equipped Clayton County Sheriff's Office with like military stuff.
That's some scary stuff now. That's what they've been training to do for years.
Yeah, but he went out
military in the hood.
Yeah, but he went out and nabbed a whole bunch of folks. And so he done got caught up in some crazy stuff. Like, he been on trial like 2 or 3 years. And the only reason he ain't got convicted is because them white folks in Clayton County love him because he done cleaned that shit up.
He done rounded up the niggas.
Yeah. Just about.
He rounded up the niggas, then put a fort around that bad boy. Said, "Don't worry, the niggas ain't coming to your neighborhood."
Baby,
I mean, this dude walk in the court like,
you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Got a little Napoleon complex.
Yeah, this little dude ain't about 5'4", 5'5". He walking up in there. He got his his light brown eyes, big old eyes, and smiling. And they ain't trying to do nothing to him because he done cleaned that shit up.
He done made the white people happy.
Yeah, he on trial now.
Wait, look, and prominent Black people happy. Not just white people and prominent Black people, because there's tons
money
of
in Clayton County. Yeah. I know that much.
Yeah, I remember that. And he when he first came back in the office, he fired like 20, 25 police officers because he thought they were dirty. Them jokers
that's different.
They went through the process. They got their job back, but he's still walking through court
chest out.
Like, exactly. and they ain't put him in jail for nothing because he done cleaned that shit up.
That's good.
Wow.
All right, you guys. This is Mark, Linz, LaShondra, Jasmine, V. Thank you guys so much. I just really wanted to take some time to kind of talk about what an amazing experience it was. Because all of my kids have been to Maduro. My son, both of my daughters. Because that's how important it is to me. And I'm
like, are they having a party on the 31st?
Look. In other words,
you can
Mark,
come through and it'll be a party.
Okay. So I'll be there.
Honey, you understand it's a party because you there.
Yeah.
That's how I raise my kids. The good shit happen when you show up.
And even my 16-year-old daughter even my 16-year-old daughter has been there. But I can't post a picture of her though. but I got a really nice picture of her sitting in the lounge chair on her phone.
Yep, that's
chilling.
Right. So it's important. It's important to us, and to us and to our family, and just how many people we've met. Like, and we will do business together. We will interact. I figure we're gonna have rolling 1944 pop-up shops in different places, different
I think you need
countries.
to have a rolling
Hey, there you go.
1944 T-shirt, jersey.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
have rolling
Hey.
pop-ups
right
everywhere.
Hey, and we
when y'all-
and we gonna play. We're gonna play plenty of golf and drink good liquor.
Okay, when next time you coming down?
Well, if he
Hell,
wouldn't look,
if the tickets wasn't $400 this week, we'd be down there now.
Lindsay, I was holding that American Express looking at him. He was like, I double dog dare you. I was like,
Hey, V.
Okay, wait.
Get your
What's
Oculus, we
up?
can play in the metaverse.
What?
Get you some Oculus, we can play in the metaverse, bro.
get
I
some,
know,
and
right?
what is the metaverse?
that's a
I
whole
gotta,
nother.
I gotta get you on game, Joyce.
I want to be there. I want to be.
Yeah, I gotta get you on game. Yeah, we could, me and him can play. We could play in the metaverse.
Yes. Wait, before we get off, can y'all say happy birthday to Ari?
Yes,
Yes.
it's my grandbaby's 5.
Hold on.
Oh,
yeah.
She been here with her
Okay.
little sister. I mean, her.
Happy 5th solar return.
I know.
Hey guys.
Lindsay,
okay.
guess what she said to me at Thanksgiving?
Hold on. I got somebody that
She
wants to
said,
talk to
seriously, Joycelyn? I was like, do I have a problem with seriously or Joycelyn?
Alexa,
like,
make Ariel's light white.
Make her life white.
Instead of purple.
Oh, I thought you said her life.
Oh, she has that light changing thing too. Okay, my grandson has that.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday
to you.
Congratulations.
Happy birthday.
Birthday to
She said, who is that?
you.
It's Grammy.
Happy
That's
birthday.
Mr. Mark. That's Grammy. That's Grandpa.
Hello.
And Miss
Hi,
LaShawn.
sweetheart.
Miss
Miss
LaShawn.
LaShawn.
Hello, beloved.
And Truth Seeker down there at the bottom.
That's Mr. Lindsay.
He's down the street from me. So.
All right. Look, say thank you.
Thank you, Grammy. I like that present you got me.
You do. You're so sweet.
Yeah,
You got it.
what present you got me?
Exactly.
Which one was it? It was the dinosaur backpack.
Yeah.
Was it full of money?
No.
Damn, I need you to be my grandma.
I was gonna say that was.
Ari, you are so fake.
It's called parental tax.
No.
Parental tax.
Oh,
He was like, no.
And Granny, come here.
We're not doing all that.
Okay, show me later. I love you.
Okay.
All right. So thank
All
you
right,
guys so
Tara.
much for joining. Thank you guys so much, Mark.
you.
Lindsay, your time means so much, and I
See you
appreciate
Friday,
you.
Mark.
LaShondra,
Alrighty.
thank you. I will not be there. Well, somebody FaceTime me on Friday, please.
We'll
Okay.
FaceTime you. I have to charge the phone up, but I will make sure.
Well, I'm
take
sure.
one shot before we
V,
get
don't
off.
forget to take.
Yes, we'll take a shot.
All right, let me pour mine real quick. Hold on.
Oh Lord.
Yep,
Hold on.
yep, I got you. I
I'm
got
working
you. I
with
got you.
cameras
You
tomorrow.
know I'm
Okay.
Polk County Fab. I'm drinking my.
So y'all see, I
Crown
switched
Crown
to
cup.
I switched to champagne for this event.
Oh,
Mark,
Lord.
Mark, where's Kim?
She is in the bed, sleep.
Tell her I said hi. I
Will
love
do.
her.
Will do.
Oh my God, Crown Apple. People offering money
On
for that.
ice too. That bottle look frosty.
Apple
That's
pie
that Crown
whiskey.
Apple on
It's so
ice.
frosty I can't open it. Dang. All right,
All right,
hold
y'all
on.
be good. I'm out.
I gotta drink. Make
Bye,
sure-
Lynn.
Lynn,
Lynn, we'll
Lynn.
talk soon. Love you.
Okay,
And
King.
hey, we appreciate you so much and good luck. There's so much yummy stuff out there. Just go
Yeah,
get it.
it is. It's too much. It's too
Yeah,
much.
go get it.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
All right, King.
All right, sir.
See ya.
Love y'all.
Good night, guys.
Good
All right.
night. Good night.
Okay, good night. You're out of here, Mark. Good night, Mark.
Yes,
Here you
I
go,
am.
Jazz. You ready? We ready.
Yep.
Cheers. Good night, LaShondra. You gone?
Cheers.
Good night.
Cheers.
I'm out.
Girls.
Cheers to
I'll
Maduro
talk to you
Marauders. And
Thank you.
tomorrow.
Love y'all.
Love you.
Peace.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Good night. Good night. All right. This is Joycelyn Wells and Joy Exposed. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I had to dedicate this time to my Maduro Marauders family. I love Maduros. They were have been such a staple in my life. Like, I always talk about me growing up, and tonight I talked about that and just what I needed from them and what I got from them. And now they're moving on to the next great thing. If anything, it reminds us to go forth, do something great, and then do something else great. You don't have to do one thing great. You can do many things great. And I love my brothers for that. I love those kings for being brave enough to move into the next phase of their life and to just tackle new things. So cheers to Maduro Marauders. Cheers to you for rocking with us for this time. And remember, when joy is exposed, everything just feels better. Yum. And thank you so much, Queen's Ransom LLC. Thank you, stmspecialties.com. And see you guys next week. Happy holidays and Happy New Year. Bye.